I will worship with my whole heart. 3, 2, 1, hit it!
Wandering and all alone, my heart was lost, in need of a new direction. But love came and picked me up out of the dust and gave me a new beginning. The old has gone, the new has come. The dark is a light, the chains are now gone. Never looking back, your grace has won my heart. You've given me a new start, taking on the old. Jesus, you're the hope that's burning in my soul. Forever we are free now, living in your love. You gave me a new start, created a new heart. You never letting go, oh, whoa, oh, you never letting go, oh, whoa, oh, you never letting go, oh, whoa, oh, you never letting go. There's a fire running in my bones, your spirit's alive, he's giving me new direction. Now everything I have is yours, so take my life and make me a new creation. The old has gone, the new has come. The dark is light, the chains are now gone. Never looking back, your grace has won my heart. Oh, you've given me a new start, taking on the old. Jesus, you're the hope that's burning in my soul. Forever we are free now, living in your love. You gave me a new start, created a new heart. You never letting go, oh, whoa, oh, you never letting go, oh, whoa, oh, you never letting go, oh, whoa, oh, you never letting go. When we sing, the old has gone, the new has come. My dark is light, the chains are now gone. Never looking back, your grace has won my heart. The old has gone, the new has come. My dark is light, the chains are now gone. Never looking back, your grace has won my heart. You've given me a new start, taking on the old. Jesus, you're the hope that's burning in my soul. Forever we are free now, living in your love. You gave me a new start, created a new heart. You never letting go, oh, whoa, oh, you never letting go, oh, whoa, oh, you never letting go, oh, whoa, oh, you never letting go.
From urban streets to open plains, we are under one name. No one is lost or goes unseen, 'cause we're all loved by our King. This is nothing ordinary. There is power in the name we carry. Every nation, every tongue, welcome to the kingdom. All the rich, all the poor, all the people, all yours. We are daughters, we are sons, more than mortals. We are royals, we are yours.
puts the moon in the sky. He's the one who hung the stars. One by one, Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend. Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend. Yeah, 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 yeah. Better than Spider-Man. Yeah, 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 yeah. Better than Superman. Yeah, 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 yeah. Better than Batman. Yeah, 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 yeah. Better than anyone. He's the one who makes the birds sing. He's the one who makes your dreams so high. He's the one who makes me smile. Day by day, Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend. Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend. Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend. Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend. Yeah, 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 yeah. Better than Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Better than Bobby. Yeah, 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 yeah. Better than Action Man. Better than anyone. Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend. Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend.
What is up? Good job, guys. High five. You guys killed it at worship. Oh, you missed. Try again. Nice. Miss Savannah up here, you were rocking your worship moves. All right. Everyone sit down. We're going to pray and then dismiss preschool. Sit down, Hayden. Okay, we're praying. Bow your heads, close your eyes. Dear Lord, thank you for this time that we get to spend together in kids' church on this wonderful Sunday morning. I pray that you would help us to listen and focus to what you have to say to this morning. I pray that preschool would go have an awesome time in preschool learning their lesson. In your name I pray. Amen. Preschool, go line up. Bye, preschool. Oh, we forgot. Okay. Go line up. And kids' church, come forward. We're going to do our memory verse. Wait, before we do our memory verse, everyone turn around and say hi to live stream. Hi, live stream friends. Everyone come forward. We need everyone to be above this green line. Come on, kids' church. We're going to do our memory verse. This is our last week. Our last week of memory. Do you want to go put your coat away, Cohen? Go put your coat over there. Do you know the hand motion, Sophia? No? Does anyone want to come up and help me? Do you know the hand motions? Okay, so Sophia can. All right. Let's start with our memory verse. Our memory verse. Oh, there it is. All right, this is our last week. We should know it by now. We should have it down. Ready? Let's start. God, create a pure heart in me. Give me a new spirit that is faithful to you. Psalm 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 1, 10. Okay, one more time, super fast. Okay? God, create a pure heart in me. Give me a new spirit that is faithful to you. Psalms 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 1, 10. Nice. Go sit down. Boys over here, girls over here. Go sit down, Maddie. Find a seat. Where is everyone? Why is everyone so far away?
Because we don't like them.
What? That's not very. You guys are gonna want to be close for today's lesson. I'm telling you, you're gonna want to be pretty close. Well, I know you guys. Is everyone listening? I know you guys are super sad about this. I know it's really sad news. Oops. Today, Allison is gone. Yes, she's on vacation. She's in Disney World. Loser. She could be here with us, but she decided to go to Disney World. Thank you. Man. Hey, Janae, could you give me some water? Or someone? Oh, yay. I'm dying. Okay. Thanks. I know, super sad news. Today is our last week of hide and seek. So sad. Everyone's like, oh. Our last week of hide and seek. So, before we start our lesson, I'm going to drink some water, and then I'm going to eat some breakfast, because I haven't eaten breakfast this morning yet. And I'm pretty hungry. So, let me get myself some breakfast. I got some cereal. Who likes cereal? Specifically, who likes Lucky Charms? So, I think it's pretty good. I don't know if it's the best. No, go sit down, Hayden. Why not? It says February 4th, so it is expired, but that's okay. Yum. It smells fine. It's pretty watery, so I bet there's not actually a lot of milk in there. It looks like mostly water. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it's definitely a little chunky. Well, it's fine. It's fine. That's not the point. I'm just really hungry this morning. But you know what? Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, so you got to make sure you have. Whoa, excuse me. That's my whipped cream. Please give it back, Kaden. Thank you. But you really want to make sure your breakfast is full of nutrients. You want lots of good, healthy grains and protein. Eggs are really good. Some bacon or sausage. Fruits and veggies, though. Fruits and veggies are probably the most important. Fruit. Strawberry. Fruit is probably the most important. Yum. I just love breakfast. I might need a wipe. Tastes pretty good. But you want to make sure you don't have too much sugar in the morning for breakfast. You want to make sure you have all your proteins before you eat your sugar. What do you guys think? You wouldn't eat this? Man, this looks delicious. I love breakfast. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to eat it just because I saw chunks come out of the milk carton. But, yeah. Sugar. Don't eat sugar in the morning. It's not good for you. Wow, that's a lot. Thank you.
But don't lick your fingers.
Okay. My hands are a bit sticky. Man, you guys are right. You're right. I'm not being a very good example. Eating all this sugar in the morning before. No, because I saw chunks come out of the milk carton. So I was like, yeah. I did eat it last service, but I'm hoping there weren't chunks. I don't know. I didn't see chunks. But you guys are right. I'm not being a very good example. It's a great example. Well, I'm saying it's very good for you guys to eat protein in the morning. But I'm over here eating all this sugar? That's not very fair to you guys, huh? That's not very fair. But, well, in today's Bible story, Jesus actually talks and has some pretty tough words for a group of people called Pharisees. And Pharisees were these group of religious leaders at the time of Jesus' teaching, but they were some of the biggest hypocrites in the world. Who knows what a hypocrite is? Harmon, what's a hypocrite? Yeah, it's when you tell someone that they should go do something, like you should really be praying or you should really be eating good healthy breakfast. Now there's a wipe in there. You should be eating a good healthy breakfast with lots of grains and protein and vegetables and fruit. But then I'm eating all this gross, sugary, unhealthy breakfast, right? It's when you tell someone to do something and then you do the exact opposite. That's what being a hypocrite is. And the Pharisees were some of the biggest hypocrites in the world. They told people all this stuff. They told them to believe in God. They told them to pray every day. They told them to be nice to people and treat people like the way God would treat them. But then they weren't doing that. They would go behind their backs and be really, really mean to people. So it's hide and seek. It's our last week. So we are going to start right now doing hide and seek, okay? So I hid some items around the room. There's 4 items you have to find. If I tell you that it's not an item, go put it back. But I'm going to pick 4 girls. Right here. Lauren. You and Kinsley. So that's 4 girls. Yes. Picked you. Who else did I pick? Lauren. Okay. These 4 girls. When I count to 3, not yet. Then I put 4 boys. Let's go. Weston, Ethan, Wyatt, and Hayden. These 4 boys in the front. Hayden, sorry. There's a Hayden right there. I know. Hayden, go sit down. Okay, those 4, when I count to 3, you're going to go look for the items, okay? 1, 2, 3. There's 4 items. Oh, right away, Lauren. Nice job. We got some cinnamon. Nope, go put it back. Nope, go put it back. Nope. Nope. Nope, go put it back. I do love dinosaurs, though. That's like my favorite thing. Oh, yes. Good job, Caden. We have... Nope, we have a paintbrush. There's 2 more. Keep looking, guys. Nope, go put it back. Nope, go put it back. Nope, go put it back. Oh, good job. This weird, strange thing. There's one more thing, guys. You're very close. That's not it, but you're very close to it in the area. It's in the area. At least I think I put it back there. Nope. Nope. Mm-mm. Nope, go put it back. Yes! Whoa, you found 3 today, Lauren! All right, everyone come sit back down. We have all 3. Look at that. 4. We have all 4. Thank you. What would I do without you, Janae? All right, we have the 4 things. Okay. So we're going to start our Bible lesson. The first thing is this weird Christmas box with a bandana around it. And this box represents a thing called a phylactery, which... phylactery, yes. Can everyone say phylactery? Phylactery. Factory. Kind of sounds like factory. You're a phylactery. And what the Pharisees would do, because we're talking about the Pharisees, we're talking about them being hypocrites, is they would take this box and they would put like a ribbon or a bandana around it. And this bandana is a little small for me. It doesn't fit around my head. But they would put them on their head like this. They didn't quite cover their eyes. It was more like this. And they would tie it around their heads. And they would walk around with these boxes on their heads. And the bigger the box, the Pharisees thought that meant the more they loved Jesus. So they would put Bible verses in these boxes. And it was their way of saying, I was thinking about God all the time. But you know what? Jesus knew that the Pharisees were being hypocrites. He knew that the Pharisees weren't listening, or they weren't thinking about God all the time. They were just making it look on the outside. It looks like they're listening to, or they're listening to Jesus all the time. They're thinking about him all the time. But on the inside, in their hearts, they weren't really doing that. In fact, sometimes the Pharisees would wear really long tassels on their coats, have these big boxes with Bible verses on their head. They would sit in the special chairs at the special dinners. But they didn't really act. They acted better than everyone else, but they didn't really. They weren't really better than everyone else because they weren't always thinking about God. It just made them look on the outside like they were listening to God, listening to what he has to say. So our next thing is cinnamon. Who thinks they know what the cinnamon means in our lesson? Hadley, do you think you know? No? Spicy? Oh, you're close. Hayden? They're going to eat, like cinnamon sugar? No, you were close when you said spicy. Well, back in the day, they would go to the temple and they would bring God sacrifices or gifts, and one of those gifts would be spices. So the Pharisees would bring lots of spices, and they would, look at me, look at all the spices I'm bringing to sacrifice to God. Look at all the things. Weston?
We were talking about this at Nitro.
Yes, we were. We did talk about this a little bit. You were totally right.
I just remembered it.
That is awesome, Weston. I'm so happy you were listening. Okay. Well, it was a really good thing to bring spices, but not when the Pharisees did it, because the Pharisees were just a bunch of pretenders. Jesus said, you Pharisees are a bunch of pretenders. You give God 1/10 of your spices so that you look good, but you are really treating people terribly. You're not fair or faithful, and you show no mercy to the people. Man, if God said that to me, I'd be pretty sad, huh? All right, so our next thing that we found is this cup, and you'll notice something about this cup. It looks pretty clean on the outside, huh? It's got like a chip in it, but it's not. Actually, I think that's actually meant to be there. Look, it's actually meant to be there. I wonder what that's for.
It's from IKEA.
It's pretty clean on. It is. You're right. Nice little IKEA cup. It's really nice and clean on the outside, but take a look on the inside there. Ew! I would not want to drink out of this cup. Ew! It's yeah, maybe if you were dying, but yeah, it's really gross on the inside. Well, the next thing that Jesus said to the Pharisees is, you Pharisees are a bunch of pretenders. You look like a cup that's clean on the outside, but on the inside it's really dirty. On the inside, it's actually gross and disgusting and dirty and full of greed, and all you want to do is good for you and not good for others. The Pharisees thought, if I can do as many things that are good for me, then it will look like I'm doing great, but they weren't actually doing anything for the people. They weren't actually teaching people the right things about God. And they didn't care about other people at all. All they thought about was themselves. Our last thing is our paintbrush. I'm going to breathe for a second. Everyone take a deep breath. Okay. Something's wrong with your breathing. All right. Our next thing is our paintbrush. This is our last thing. You know, what do you use a paintbrush for? Painting, right. Well, what they would do is they would paint the tombs white. So they looked really, really pretty on the outside, and there were these beautiful white tombs, but on the inside, what were they full of? Dead bodies, bones, gross, stinky old, because they didn't have the technology that we have today to keep the bodies smelling nice. But Jesus said to the Pharisees, you Pharisees are a bunch of pretenders. You look like the tombs or coffins of dead people that are painted white. They look beautiful on the outside, but on the inside, they are full of bones and death and all sorts of dirty things. On the outside, you seem like you're doing the right thing, but on the inside, it's full of wrong, gross, dirty things. What's up, Sophia? Oh, I'm just looking at it. This has a lesson on it, so I can remember. Yeah, sometimes I have to look at it. I know most of it.
She doesn't want to forget the important.
Yeah, come on. There wouldn't be a lesson if I didn't look at it a few times. Yeah. This is her tablet. All right. So we're gonna move on. Pastor, thank you guys for finding the items. This is great. I love this. Okay, but I'm going to need a volunteer. But first, Our Bible verse talks about being nice and clean on the outside, or the Pharisees acted like they were all clean on the outside, but in reality they were all gross and dirty on the inside, huh? Yeah? But Jesus says it's on the inside that matters. It's the things that are on your heart and in your heart, and that you believe in Jesus rather than what it looks like. You can say you believe Jesus and not really believe it in your heart. Okay, I need a volunteer. I'm going to pick, who hasn't done anything yet? You want to come up, Lyra? Did you go around picking this stuff? Hey, Maddie, go sit down. You got to watch this. This is going to be cool. Well, maybe. Okay, I'm going to put this glove on. Oh, I need a spoon for you. Do you want to pour a little bit of this dirt into this bowl? You don't have to touch it. Just hold the bag and pour it in there. No. That's good. Nice. You like soil? This is a mixture that I use for my plants at home. I have a lot of plants inside my room. Okay, now, man, this is dirty, huh? I'm going to break this up a little bit. All right, here you go. You want to pour some water in there? We're making mud. Okay, mud is gross, huh? That's good, that's good. Now mix that up. Mud's pretty gross, huh? I mean, sometimes if you make like a mud pie or whatever, that can be fun. I used to play with mud a lot when I was a kid. Yeah. We had this barrel full of dirt, and me and my brother would go and we'd take Frisbees and like make mud pies and then present them to our parents. There's a picture of us and we're like covered in mud. It's pretty fun. Nice job. Mix that up good. Make it all muddy. You might need some more water here. There you go. We're making mud. I'm just gonna go into my hands. Squeeze it. Squeeze it up. Ew. Go sit down, Hayden. Yuck. Ew. Okay. I'm going to take these cups. Now this cup is going to represent the Pharisees, okay? The people who were pretenders. They are nice and clean on the outside, but on the inside, oh, they were covered in mud. Gross. No, I didn't. Oh, a little bit. It's okay. Maybe there's a little bit of mud on the outside, but for the most part, it was clean on the outside, but dirty on the inside. That's going to represent our Pharisees. Now this is going to represent what it should be. Now, we should see a clean heart on the inside. There's nothing in there, but on the outside, this mud isn't sticking very well, but that's okay. It's dirty on the outside. It's got mud. Ew, ew, ew. This is gross, huh? Yum. Okay. Take this off. Now, I'm going to pour some water in these, okay? Now, which one would you rather drink from? Yeah, go ahead, take a sip. Here. You want some? Well, your hands are getting a little muddy, but drink the water. It's just water.
She's like, this is
Oh, you dribbled a little. Oh, man. Why did you choose this cup? Yeah. All right, go ahead and take a seat. You did awesome. Here, do you want to wipe for your hand? Good job, Lara. You did awesome. Would you guys choose? Oh, would you guys choose the same option? Those don't lick your hands. I for sure would have chosen the cup that's dirty on the that's dirty on the outside and nice, clean, fresh. I'm gonna take a sip. Clean. There's germs in that. Yeah, it's true. All right, but yeah, I would have definitely chosen the cup that has the dirt on the inside, or the dirt on the outside, rather than the dirt on the inside. Because on the inside, that's the cup that represents a pure heart, a heart that doesn't have any, that has a good heart for God, but on the outside, they're more willing to, share their flaws. Like, I have lots of flaws. I'm not a perfect person, but that's kind of what it talks about. So Jesus says it's the same for people. Are we listening? Jesus says it's the same for people. Sometimes we're way more concerned about what's happening, what people perceive of us, what we look like on the outside, like our appearance, or like how we talk, the way we act around people, that we're not actually worried about what's happening in our hearts and our love for Jesus in our hearts. When we're choosing, sorry, that's the wrong part, that's okay. But let's think of some examples. Do you ever, maybe you're really nice to your friends at school and your teacher's around, but then when your teacher leaves for a second or there's a substitute, you're mean to the people next to you and you're not very nice? Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I'm just really in a cranky mood and I really, really want to be nice to people and I'm nice like around my parents. I'm really nice to them. But then when I get to school, I'm just cranky around everyone. I'm just like, oh, leave me alone. I'm having a rough day. You know, sometimes that's sometimes how it is. But when we do things like that, we're acting like the Pharisees. We're being hypocrites. We're saying, hey, look at me. I'm good. I'm good around my parents. I'm good around my close friends. But then when there's someone that I don't really like, I'm really mean to them. We're being pretenders who act nice and we act loving. We act like we love Jesus. But in our hearts, we don't really show that. And the important thing to know is that Jesus knows. Jesus always knows. It may not be your parents that know, it may not be your friends that know, or your teachers, but Jesus always knows. And we need to ask God, when we do things like that, to make us clean on the inside. And that's what our Bible verse talks about today. And our Bible verse is actually the Bible verse we've been working on the whole month. So if we want to pull that up, we can read it together. If you can read after me. God, create a pure heart in me. Give me a new spirit that is faithful to you. Psalms 51:10. Psalms. I know, one time I said that in front of a bunch of people at school, and they're like, it's Psalms. And I'm like, well, in kids' church we say Psalms, so it's fine. They were like, come on, Abby, you should know better. Well, what this Bible verse is telling us is it's us asking God, create a pure heart in me, and so that my heart is pure. And even though I might have all these dirty things on the outside, it doesn't matter in your heart, because you know that I have a pure heart on the inside, and it doesn't matter about what's on the outside. So, instead of just acting like we're nice, why don't we actually be nice and ask God for help to be nice to our parents, our people around us? Sometimes it's really, for a long time, when I was in like middle school and even early high school, it was really, really, really hard for me to be nice to people, because I was kind of an angry person. And I just was like, everyone leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you. But I had to learn through faith and through growing and maturing in myself that sometimes people just need you to be nice to them. Maybe they're having a bad day. Have any of you guys had a really bad day and then someone's just mean to you and you're like, oh, man, I just wish someone would be nice to me. Yeah, me too. Yeah, so, but we can ask God for a pure heart and have a heart that does good and that is nice to people and that's kind to people. And I know it can be really hard sometimes, but if we pray about it and we know that God is always watching us, God always knows what's in our heart, we can understand and actually take action. So our challenge for you this week is that when you're really, really tempted to do something that you know isn't right, that you know isn't what God really wants you to do, to pray about it and think, what would God want me to do? Boys, sit down. You don't need it. Thank you. But knowing that, remembering that God knows your heart, God sees your heart, God sees the things you do when people aren't looking, and that God can help us not be hypocrites. Like the song, I don't want to be a hypocrite. No way. That's like my favorite song. I remember when I was in kids' church, we actually made up the hand motions for that song. I know, I was sitting right where you guys did, except we didn't have these cool bleachers. But anyways, we can ask God for help. He hears our prayers, and he promises in answer and to help you. So we're going to pray, and then we're going to go into small groups. Everyone, shh, bow your head, close your eyes. We're going to pray and ask God to help us to not be hypocrites. Dear God, thank you for this time that we get to spend together. Thank you for kids' church Sunday mornings. And I just pray that you would help us understand throughout our day that You always know our hearts. You're always watching. You always know what's on the inside, even when we're just pretending to be nice, but on the inside our intentions aren't good. I just pray that you would be able to help us through those moments of prayer and help us through those moments of understanding and growing. And in your name I pray. Amen. Amen. All right. We're going to split you guys up now. Oh, bye live stream.